He called me with a jack high. He called me with a jack high.
Ellix should be cackling.
Hey, he's so mad at me. He called with jack high. He is so mad. He called with jack high.
You got him on tilt, baby. You got him where you want it. You got the table tilted.
He's so mad. He called me with jack high. Can you believe that? I ain't never called a guy with jack high my whole life. I've been playing cards for 30 years. I ain't never called a guy with jack high.
You're looking at the Miller High Life Pocket Cam and the whole cards of McManus and Ace King. And he will come out with 8,000 chips. Over now to Ellix Powers, probably one of the most interesting stories ever at a World Series of Poker, Norm.
An improbable rags to riches story, Lon. Homeless for a number of years, and now has found a home at this championship table.
Ellix is going to raise 4,000. TJ and David Chu will fold. There's John Hennigan. They call him World. He had a huge chip lead coming to this final table. He's a former U.S. poker champion. Couple of queens.
He just looks like a gambler, Lon. Looks like he's running a 3-card Monte game out on the street.
He's going to re-raise, so pushing back at Ellix Powers. Action over to McManus. He'll make the call. Ellix Powers beats him into the pot. So three-handed as we go to the flop.
And 3 good hands.
9, 2, 10. Set of 9s for Ellix Powers.
Who shakes his head like he doesn't like it. I don't know about that.
And Johnny Hennigan will bet 4,000. McManus will fold.
Raise.
Oh, yeah. I never trust a guy who shakes his head and then raises. I had a rabbi who used to do that to me.
Johnny World will call. On the turn, it's a king. Hennigan checks.
Bet.
Powers, 8,000 now. Back to Johnny World Hennigan, and he'll call.
Hennigan can still win the hand with a queen or jack on the river.
Another king. Jim McManus would have had a set of kings had he stayed in the hand.
And that wouldn't have been good enough. Ellix Powers has made his full house, and he bets it.
And now the 8,000 bet to Hennigan. He will call it, and immediately Ellix Powers flips over his full house. Johnny World not a happy camper right now. Now over to Ellix Powers. And he's looking at a suited queen 6.
Raise.
The limits have gone up to 5 and 10,000, though Ellix plays a game with no speed limit, Lon.
Table folds over to Danny Dang, who has the fewest chips at the table right now, and he raises to 10,000.
Well, he's got the cards he'd want with very few chips left, the ace-king suited.
And Danny Dang with about a 2-to-1 advantage right now over Ellix Powers, who will make the call and will be ready for the flop.
Let's go.
Oh, Danny's betting before the flop.
You're a bit in the dark, huh? You're a smart man.
Well, Dang's bet in the dark because he knows with just a few chips left, he's in for the rest of the hand.
And now the flop. Powers does pick up a club draw.
Put the rest in.
Well, he's put Danny Dang all in, and actually with the flush draw, Powers is a slight favorite right now.
Come on. Better boy. Give me a queen to be enough.
And now the turn. Ellix gets his flush.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
And Danny Dang has lost the hand, and he is out of this tournament.
Sorry.
Danny Dang, 8th place and $30,000 as he walks away, defeated by Ellix Powers. And though he may seem reckless to some, this man literally from the streets certainly knows what he's doing.
My name is Ellix John Powers. I'm the best black living player in the world. That's all I can tell you. Man, I'm gonna beat you sooner or later. I promise you. Why am I so good? So I spent 30 years sleeping on the street. I'm a straight bum. I've lived on the street. I've held signs on the freeway. I've done everything I can to survive. I was playing poker for pennies. I lost $1,500 in pennies. A penny at a time. So when I started playing for real money, I had a little edge. I am a poker player. I don't have no other job. I wait for you to get off work. Come in the poker room. I'm gonna take your money. No questions asked. If you say something to me smart,
I thought you were trying to win it again.
I'm the ultimate guy with words. If you start it, I'm gonna finish it. Is that a good hand? And when you get done, you're gonna be so mad that you ain't gonna have no chips. If you start it, 96 is a good hand, you're barking up the wrong tree.
The Players like Ellix Powers have a knack of throwing other players off their game by how they act and what they say. It's sort of creative non-violence on their part.
I raised.
Oh, whoa! Ellix is putting money in the pot before the cards come out. You don't see that often.
It's legal, right? I can raise in the dark, right?
It's legal, but I'm not sure McManus and the others think it's kosher.
You better call floor, man.
Well, Johnny World wants to get an official ruling.
He's done nothing wrong. The ruling will be in Ellix's favor.
It's not live, it's a raise in the dark.
Yeah, it was his turn to act. He simply bet in the dark, which is fine.
Well, Ellix doing what he does best. He had everybody off balance before the cards were dealt. Now David Chu. He's got a couple of sixes.
And he plays in a more conventional fashion. He actually looks at his cards first before raising, Lon.
Patty Gallagher still stunned at what Ellix did. She'll give it up, as will McManus.
That's what I like. 15,000. I gotta take a look at this.
So now Ellix will look at the cards. He's got a queen seven suited. And he's got a raise to deal with.
Wow. He liked his hand before he saw it, and now he likes his hand after he sees it, and I don't like it that much.
Chu calls him.
Guys are playing too tight, man.
Anything compared to Ellix is too tight.
All right, on the flop, once again, Ellix has a club draw. And a slight lead in the hand. And he'll bet 5,000.
Yeah, David's 2 sixes are still good, but Ellix does have the better draw.
With the call, now the turn card. And Ellix gets another queen now.
Wow, it's one of the cards that would really hurt David Chu. A pair of queens taking the lead over the sixes.
10,000 now to Chu. And he will call it.
Yeah. Bet in the dark.
Keep the pattern going, why not?
Chu would love to see a 6 on the river to make Powers pay for that dark bet.
It's an ace of diamonds. Powers has the hand one if he stays in it. David Chu now has a bet to call or not.
Thanks, David. Thank you. Thank you.
And David Chu will fold. Ellix Powers takes another pot, and right now I think he's the only one happy at this table.
You're disrespecting the game.
Is I raising in the dark?
Yeah.
That's legal.
I know it's legal.
You think that's disrespect because I raising in the dark?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem, sir. That's my right, though.
It is your right.
I can
Absolutely,
I
you're
can raise in
right.
the dark anytime I want.
You got
I
that
might do
right.
it every time now.
Let the games begin.
I feel a connection with McManus because both of us write for a living.
Well, the difference being, Norm, he can actually write.
Can I see you outside, Lon?
Jim McManus acts with a queen 10 suited, bets 10,000.
I want to see you outside.
So Ellix is going to call, and the feud will continue between Ellix and Jim McManus. Here comes the flop. It's a bunch of undercards. Ellix in the lead with a king high to the queen high for McManus.
Yeah, no help for either one. Neither with a hand now, and both have checked.
On the turn now. And the 7 pairs aboard. McManus with a spade draw.
Ellix will take a stab at the pot with no hand. McManus should be raising or folding right here, but he has called.
The river card's a 5 of diamonds. And you see the check mark. Powers has the hand 1. Should he not fold? And he bets.
He's actually bluffing with the best hand, king high. Right now, McManus probably could take this pot down if he decides to raise Ellix. I gotta believe Ellix would lose it.
McManus only calls.
Wow, he called.
Oh, king wins? Oh. You call me with a jack high?
Well, actually, Ellix misread Jim's cards. He had a queen high.
It's amazing he called that, though.
Ellix Powers takes another pot.
You call me with a jack high. He called me with a jack high.
Ellix should be cackling. That's a situation where McManus should have raised or folded. He let his emotions get the better of him. He decided to just call to make Ellix show his bad hand. He wanted to beat and embarrass it.
This guy's the nuts. I like it. He's good for poker.
He's good for poker.
Oh, seriously, this will be good.
Meanwhile, Ellix has left the room, it looks like. Play will continue, though.
I raised in the dark. I raised in the dark. You know what the guy told me? He told me I disgraced the game. Yeah, they were guys. I raised in the dark in front of the line. He told me that I disgraced the game. Can you believe that?
I'm having fun. I never have fun. This guy's making me have fun.
Why not? Why he's not good for poker? Because poker's a beautiful game, and he's not He's not even looking at his cards. He's
I
just
disagree.
McManus is wrong, Lon. You can raise in the dark. You can sing Mary Had a Little Lamb and Pig Latin for all I care. It's poker.
Hey, he's so mad at me. He called with Jack High. He is so mad. He called with
You got
Jack
him on
High.
tilt, baby. You got him where you want it. You got the table tilted.
He's so mad he called me with Jack High. Can you believe that? I ain't never called a guy with Jack High in my whole life. I've been playing cards for 30 years. I ain't never called a guy with Jack High.
It was actually Queen High.
Same difference.
Well, it's legal for Ellix to be out there drawing with his friends. They'll just take his blinds as they come around the table.
The guy's out there just doing it. He came in, he was talking yesterday. He said he had $90 on him. He was in the tournament. I like his story.
David.
Can you call in your blind bet before you get to the table?
That's good.
David Chu and the rest of the table very interested to see the light at the table return.
I don't know if Ellix is smiling about his phone call or he called me with Jack High.
Here, I raise.
Surprise! An ace-4 suited, and he'll raise to 10,000. David Chu, after voicing his newfound respect for Powers, has a king-9, and he raises. The table folds.
Oh, man, the phone's ringing. Go out, man. Hold on. Raise.
He may never get back to that call.
I behave.
Back to David Chu, who calls.
You're the only guy I can beat.
I know.
You're the only guy I can beat, man. Every time I get down, you pump me up. It's a true story.
David Chu is very good-natured about Ellix's ribbing.
Go ahead.
Ellix checks. Ellix with the advantage. David Chu bets and Ellix calls. And now the turn. It's a 10, a little hope for David Chu.
Go ahead.
David Chu bets 10,000, Powers calls. Now the river card. The 4 gives Ellix the best hand.
I got a pair.
In tournament poker, it's a no-no to discuss your
I
hand.
check. Call. Show me a pair.
You got it.
I got a pair. You're like I can beat. I told you like I can beat.
Ellix Powers has won another hand. I think he's got this whole table on tilt, Norm.
You know, Lon, when you have a lot of money or no money in real life, you do play differently than everyone else.
Over now to Ellix Powers. He's found a lot to play, no matter what his cards are.
Is he keeping those same cards? It looks like a very familiar hand to me, the Queen 7 suited.
And he calls with 2 clubs.
Oh my God.
Aren't refills free?
McManus in the lead slightly as we see the flop, and now 3 6s for Jim McManus.
Yeah, from slightly to not so slightly, and Ellix checks.
Jim McManus bets.
Let's try 2 bets.
A raise from Ellix.
Ellix likes his pair of 7s, but McManus has the monster.
3 bets.
McManus has to be thrilled to have some sort of hand and try to take some chips from Ellix.
Let's try 4 bets.
Tournament rules allow for 5 bets per round. McManus could take the final one here.
Call.
He just calls. So McManus with the big advantage to the turn now. And now McManus's hand can't be beat.
I'm sorry.
Ellix will bet. Johnny World loves the Ellix Powers show. McManus raises.
And well, he should.
All right, you got me. You got the straight, you win.
A lot of hands beat Ellix's 7s right now. McManus has one of them.
And now the river card. And it's a 2, as mentioned. McManus has an unbeatable hand.
I check.
So McManus now for the bet. He reaches. Ellix beats him into the pot, and they flip the cards over, and McManus shows that he's got the best hand.
Good hand.
Thank you.
Good flop. Good hand.
Thanks.
Maybe they're warming up to each other.
Jim McManus exacts sweet revenge from Ellix Powers, taking down a big pot from his arch rival.
I mean, I know I take a lot of breaks, but I haven't seen it.
6,000. 6 and 12,000 of the levels right now in this limit poker event. Ellix Powers
I'm all in.
is going to go all in with his short stack Jack 9 suited. That raises a lot of eyebrows at the table. David Chu will fold. John Hennigan has suited King 4. And he's in. Over to Patty Gallagher. Not a lot of chips in front of her either, and she'd love to play that ace.
Sure she does. The problem is she doesn't have many chips left. She's seen everybody and their brother come in before her, so the ace-7 doesn't look quite as good.
She'll eat it. Next to act will be Jim McManus, and with Ellix Powers all in, I'm sure he'd love a piece of it.
Oh, he'd love to be the person who takes out Ellix. 6-2 offsuit's not really good cards to do it. However, he's going to come on in.
Plus, McManus in the small blind will play for half price. All right, then to Antran, also an offsuit 6-4.
And he's in the big blind and can play for free. Doesn't have to put any more money in.
5 to our flop. And Shovik picks up top pair with the queens. And he will check.
I'm gone, man.
Ellix not too confident in his jack high. Now to Johnny World.
Oh, you're right. If you're trying to finish your drink, Lon, you really don't think you're going to last much longer.
That's a good sign. He'll bet 6,000 with a pair of fours. McManus will be a spectator as Ellix's fate is determined. To Antran, he's reaching for chips, and he'll call.
Hennigan with the better hand with the higher kicker than Tran.
Action over to Shovik.
Sure he's been here all day?
Norwegians are quiet people. And he throws in his 2 queens. Wow.
Fun. Hey, you're in a good tournament, man.
Man, when you start to shake hands with tournament director Matt Savage, you must know you're going out of here.
Turn is an 8. More chances for Ellix.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Ellix should stick around. He can still make a straight with a 10. He can still win this thing with a jack or a 9 also. We're going to see more of Ellix, I think.
All right, in the hand with Tran and Hennigan. Everyone checks. To the river we go. And now the river card, it's an ace, and Hennigan has the best hand.
Oh, well, I believe Ellix knows the way out. I think he made a lot of friends, though, Lon.
He did indeed. Tran checks and Johnny checks. They show their cards. Hennigan says to Tran, I got you beat, but more significantly, Ellix Powers eliminated.
God loves you, man. Have a good time. Enjoy your money.
He is a colorful part of the poker fabric. You gotta love him or you hate him, but always very interesting.
Do I get any money here? Do I get any money?
Spend that 40,000 wisely, Ellix.
What do I get?
Hey, buddy, come on in.
Take him out.
Hennigan took the hand, but I bet McManus is happiest to see Ellix leave the building for good this time.